Shalom friends, today's reading is from Genesis chapter 1 verse 2 to Genesis chapter 1 verse 5. V'haaretz hayeta tohu v'vohu v'hoshek al panei tahom v'ruach Elohim merachefet al panei hamayim v'yomer Elohim yehi or v'yehi or v'ya Elohim et ha-or kitov v'yavdel Elohim ben ha-or v'ven ha-hoshet v'yikara Elohim la-or yom v'la-hoshet kara la-ela v'yehi erev v'yehi boker yom echad. Friends, today's reading is from Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, and it says that the earth haaretz hayeta had become tohu vavohu, formless and void. Now, if you know the idea or the scientific evidence right now of how the universe began, we know that there was this big bang, right? We call it the Big Bang or the Great Bang. Big Bang, not Great Bang. And what happened after that was there was this period or time of just a formlessness, just gaseous state where everything was just because it was just so vast expanding that it was basically formless. And this is exactly what the Bible agrees with actually. And so the scientific evidence does not necessarily have to disagree with the Bible, because this is exactly what it says, that the earth had become or was formless and void immediately after the Big Bang, where we read in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, God created the heavens and the earth. And so the whole idea of creation taking its form slowly over time is very consistent with that of the Bible. And here we see this formlessness and voidness being there, and the Spirit of God was already within Ruach Elohim, was already hovering merachefet over the waters. Now, who knew that this mass of nothingness, gaseous state, was actually water? We do. We know that helium and hydrogen were the first few elements to form, and subsequently water was one of the first few compounds to be formed. In fact, it's the most ancient compound we know. V'yomer Elohim yehi or, and then God said, "Let there be light." How interesting! You see, the first thing that came out of this big gaseous state as the atoms started to form helium and hydrogen, light started to break through, and that was the first thing that we know the scientists have discovered, that as the universe began in this first few microseconds after the Great Bang and this formless state, and as the state started to cool down and atoms started to form, light appeared. And that's exactly what the Bible says as well. How interesting! So Genesis chapter 1 verse 3 is still consistent with our observation of science that we see today. And then God basically saw the light and He called it good, right? And then He separated the light from the darkness. What does this mean? This means that somehow God consolidated the light, and there were places that were light and there were places that were dark. This is also similar to what the universe we observe in the ancient universe, where we know that as the light started to come through this cloud of nothingness, and there was this this light that was around that was quite diffuse, they started to coalesce and form stars and form the suns that as we know of, and planets and things like that. So it started to come together in clumps, and these clumps cause light sources to be, in a sense, unified to a certain point, and having a point source, they had the separation of light and dark. Suddenly we had a shadow to be cast, in a sense, because there was a point of light right now. And then of course God called the light day, and the darkness night. And then there was evening and there was morning. So this is again another issue of debate, where is it one full day or is it over a period of time? Bible says here, and there was evening and there was morning the first day. Now scientists know that the sudden expansion of the initial Big Bang was even faster than the speed of light. It is near impossible through physics, but somehow that is exactly what happened. And because that happened, we know that that this sudden expansion could have taken seconds, if not minutes. And so this is highly possible that the entire formation of the point source of light could have taken a day. Of course, there are many persons out there as well who believe that this is more symbolic, where it's symbolic to a week. Whether or not a symbolic day or a particular 24-hour day seems not to matter as much as that the Bible is consistent with our observation of history of the universe and the birth of the universe, and therefore science do not necessarily disagree with the Bible, but instead may prove that the Bible is true all along. So shalom friends, and I hope you enjoyed this talk, and we will see you next time.